Have you ever wondered why chosen ones struggle with lust so deeply? And more than that, why chosen ones secretly struggle with lust, battling in silence while carrying a divine calling on their life? This is not a coincidence. It's not random. There's a hidden spiritual warfare at play here. And today, we're pulling back the curtain. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand the reason behind this intense struggle, but you'll also discover the way to victory. Across history and scripture, we see a troubling pattern. The very people God calls to greatness are often the ones who fight the fiercest battles with lust. Think about King David, a man after God's own heart. Yet, he stumbled into lust with Bathsheba. Or Samson, powerful and anointed, yet drawn into Delilah's snare. Even today, the story continues. Chosen ones, people set apart for God's purpose, face relentless attacks of lust. But why? Why does lust seem to zero in on those who carry a divine destiny? Let's break it down, and trust me, what you're about to hear will change the way you see this battle. First, understand this. The more spiritually sensitive you are, the more you can sense both heaven and hell moving. Chosen ones often have heightened spiritual awareness. Not only do you feel God's presence deeply, but you're also painfully aware of the enemy's schemes. Lust isn't just a physical temptation, it's a spiritual weapon. The enemy uses it to distract, weaken, and derail those marked by God. When you wonder why chosen ones struggle with lust, it's because your spiritual radar is so sharp that the enemy turns up the intensity, hoping to drown out your discernment with desire. Here's a truth many won't admit. The path of the chosen is often lonely. Isolation can lead to internal battles no one sees. This is exactly why chosen ones secretly struggle with lust. In solitude, without accountability, the enemy whispers louder. Temptation festers in silence. Without a strong circle of spiritual support, chosen ones can find themselves trapped in secret cycles of sin. It's not just loneliness, it's spiritual vulnerability. The higher the calling, the heavier the warfare. When you carry a divine assignment, you become a prime target. Lust becomes a custom-designed snare, set specifically for your weaknesses. Leaders, prophets, those called to impact generations, many have fallen because they underestimated this trap. This is a major reason why chosen ones struggle with lust. The enemy knows that if he can't destroy your calling, he'll try to corrupt it. And remember this: what the enemy cannot curse, he tries to corrupt. Deep inside, many chosen ones carry emotional scars. Rejection, betrayal, abandonment. These wounds create open doors for lust to creep in. Lust often masquerades as comfort, a counterfeit connection. When you're hurting, the enemy presents lust as a quick escape, a temporary relief from the ache. And this is why chosen ones secretly struggle with lust. They seek to soothe deep wounds with shallow pleasures, not realizing it tightens the enemy's grip. But healing is possible, and we'll get to that. Finally, no matter how strong your spirit, you still live in a human body. Even the most anointed people wrestle with a fragile flesh. Without daily discipline, prayer, fasting, renewing your mind, the battle intensifies. The enemy banks on you neglecting your spiritual disciplines so that your flesh gains the upper hand. This is a crucial point in understanding why chosen ones struggle with lust. Because spiritual gifts don't cancel out human weakness. Only spiritual habits can strengthen your resistance. But here's the good news. You're not doomed to defeat. Victory is not only possible, it's promised. Through spiritual discipline, accountability, and deep inner healing, chosen ones can break free from the grip of lust. The enemy's goal is to trap you in cycles of sin and shame. But God's power is always greater. Always. So the real question is, will you fight back? Or will you fall into the snare? If you've made it this far, it means you're ready to fight. And I believe you will. If this message spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this with someone else who's secretly fighting this battle. Comment below with "I will fight" if you're ready to break free. And make sure you subscribe. We're building a community of warriors rising from the shadows into God's glorious light. Until next time, stay strong, stay faithful, and remember, the battle belongs to the Lord.